welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you've never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. Today we're gonna do a granola because I'm thinking like crumble some chunky granola over like a cold yogurt with some fresh fruit. Sounds really yummy to me. So I'm using coconut oil, but you could use a different oil if you have a preference. It's pretty solid, so I scooped it out of my container and I pressed it down, and we're going to do about 3/4 of a cup. So I'm going to throw it in the microwave and just get it softened slightly, turned into a liquid, but I don't want to like boil it or anything. So I'll probably just do like 15 seconds, stir it 30 seconds, just till it melts. 30 seconds and it's basically liquid now. And that's just an ease of us like tossing it over the oats. Granola is like so versatile. I've seen a million different recipes on TikTok for granola. This is just one of them, but you could go crazy and do whatever you want. I'm gonna do 8 cups of oats in here. And you know I love these sprouted rolled oats. We used them all the time when we did our overnight oats last year. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of salt, just because salt is a flavor enhancer. It's not going to make this salty. We just want to enhance the flavors. Give that salt a little bit of a toss so that I get it all over my oats while they're dry before I add anything else. I saw another creator who mixed her vanilla extract into her oil, and I think that's a really, really good idea. As a matter of fact, if I can find her, I'll tag her in this. Because I think that would really help your vanilla extract to mix in well with everything else if you add it to the oil. You guys know I love vanilla. I like this vanilla, which is vanilla paste. It's not vanilla extract, quote unquote. And I just prefer this because I feel like it has a richer, like just more deeper vanilla flavor. But if what you have is extract, that is also completely fine. I'm gonna do 2 teaspoons. I really love vanilla, so I'm tempted to do more. I'm going to do more. I'm going to do 3 because I want to taste the vanilla. But if you don't like vanilla as much, do a teaspoon or do 2 teaspoons. And then I'm just mixing the vanilla and although I notice with my vanilla, because it's not extract, it's a little bit harder to mix into the oil because it's like a gel. But I'm just mixing it with my spoon to try to get as much of the excess vanilla off as I can. Scrape every last little bit. That's why I always use a rubber spatula if I can, because or a silicone spatula. It's not actually rubber. And I'm just gonna toss the oil onto the oats as well before I add the sweetener and the mix in. So you can do whatever you want. There's a million things you could add to granola, right? I'm allergic to nuts, but you could add nuts, you could add fruit, you could add chocolate chips. I know my kids would love that option. You can add whatever makes you happy. That's what makes oats so great. And like last year, we made a ton of oatmeal cookies, and I love doing all different types of mix-ins. I'm not gonna go too crazy because cinnamon really doesn't agree with me for whatever reason. So I'm just gonna do maybe like a teaspoon. I think in Chinese medicine they say it's because like cinnamon's hot or something, and I'm like always hot, but cinnamon doesn't agree with me. But oh my gosh, do I love the way it smells? Yes. Do I love the way it tastes? Yes. So we're gonna add a little bit. I usually, as my sweetener, just do honey. I usually do a cup of honey. But I'm gonna, if I find the creator, I'm gonna tag her. But I saw this creator recently who did a honey maple syrup blend, and I think that's interesting because honey adds like great florally like upfront sweetness, but maple syrup has that like rich caramely like other flavor to it. Plus the maple syrup I have is bourbon aged, so I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup of honey, which you see me doing here, just till I get up to the 1/2 cup mark. And then I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. So we have 1 cup of sweetener for our 8 cups of oats. Yeah, don't panic. It's not like you're gonna eat it all in one sitting. So don't panic. There's a cup of sweetener in here. But I think this is really intriguing to mix these 2 sweeteners together. I'm using a bourbon aged, really delicious syrup from Trader Joe's, but you can use whatever you like, up to the 1 cup mark. And if I didn't say it before, I did 3/4 cup of oil. So it comes out pretty easy. We used it for the oil, so that will probably help it come out easy. I'm using the same measuring cup. And then we're just going to stir all of that together with our oats, which is going to take a little muscle. I'll be back in a second. You can't overmix this because there's nothing here to make like gluten or to be tough. So you can just mix it to your heart's content. But just make sure you get all the sweetener incorporated with all of the oats, right? Now for the mix-in. For me today, I'm going to do some delicious sliced cranberries. I'm like a huge sucker for oats and cranberries. I just think that like tart, like pop and sweetness with the richness of oats is so good. I'm just going to pour it in and mix it in until it looks like the right amount to me. I don't think there's any like perfect measurement here. When I do cookies, I usually do somewhere between a cup and a half of like the mix-in of the chocolate chip or the cranberries. But I want this to be more oatmeal than it is berries. So I'm not going to go too crazy. Like that looks to me like a good ratio. Like every piece will have a cranberry in it. I might put like a couple more. It looks like at the bottom, maybe. It does get harder to mix. My extra large baking sheet out. I've covered in parchment paper and I've preheated my oven to 350. And now we're going to put the granola all out onto our parchment paper. Get us an idea too if everything's mixed in well. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This looks so good. It smells even better. I wish I could put nuts in it because I love nuts. You want to put some slivered almonds. That would be so good. Okay, we're going to press it all out so that it's in a nice flat all the way around so that it can bake. 350 for like 20 to 25 minutes until it gets all brown and cooked and toasty. I mean, there's nothing here that's raw or dangerous, so I don't want you to be worried, but I want you to get it as brown and golden and beautiful as you want it to be. Okay, just got out of the oven. Beautiful, gorgeous, stunning, incredible. We're not done yet. We're gonna press it down and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do to press it down. Okay, I'm putting a piece of parchment on top, but honestly, this is just so that I don't dirty my pan because I don't want to wash my pan. But I'm just going to put another pan on top of the other pan and press it down so that all of the granola that's now hot and melty can kind of all stick together, okay? Okay, it's all pressed down and now you have to let it cool completely. So I'm going to leave it for half an hour, 45 minutes and come back. By the way, my house smells amazing. And for that reason alone, I feel like you should make yourself some granola. So I'm just going to like pull it up and see. Oh, it's like almost granola bar. I'm just breaking it up by hand into like chunks. Yeah. It's nice and firm from pressing it down like we did, but it's still got a little like chewiness to it. It's not super crisp and dry. It's really beautiful texture. But the most important thing we have to do, right, is taste. Okay, ready? That's so good. This is like a, what is this, a quart? A half gallon. It's a half gallon, and it's only half my sheet pan. Next time I might put a few more berries because I feel like I could use more of that like punch of fruit. But this is delicious. It has great texture, subtle sweetness. It's not overly sweet, a hint of salt. I love the maple syrup honey mixed together. Love you guys.